With an urban population of over 18 million people, Mumbai was once known for its booming cotton textile industry. However, now the city's economy has diversified greatly and accommodates several new industries. With an area of over 400 square kilometers, Mumbai is home to over 1.8% of the nation's population and has an average yearly growth rate of around 3.5%. Mumbai is an ever changing city. Mumbai has gone through several changes over the past few years to lead to growth and development within the city. One of the most prominent urban redevelopment projects is the Bandra-Worli Sea Link. The Bandra-Worli Sea Link is an 8-lane cable-stayed bridge which is the first of its kind in the city. Established in around 2009, the Bandra-Worli Sea Link aimed to reduce the traffic and congestion caused at the Mahim Causeway, which was initially the only route from Bandra to Worli. There are several advantages to the Bandra-Worli Sea Link. Firstly, it's estimated that it helps save around 10 million annually due to the reduced traffic and congestion. It also reduces driving time significantly from Bandra to Worli from 40 minutes to 8 minutes, and this also has a lot of significant environmental and social benefits. Firstly, there's a reduction in mental stress and an improvement in quality of life since passengers and people of Mumbai are able to travel faster and safer around the city. And also, there's a significant reduction in accidents since there's lowered congestion and there's wider roads. And because of the impeccable design of this bridge, there is an enhancement in the surrounding area's aesthetics. There's also a reduced time spent idling the engine. So previously in the Mahim Causeway route, because of the bottleneck situation there, the cars would spend significant amounts of the time stuck in traffic and idling their engines, which would further contribute to the CO2 emissions within the city. However, now because of the sea link, this time is reduced significantly. There are several disadvantages to this project which have been overlooked. For example, the total length of the bridge is around 7.1 kilometers. However, the actual route from Mahim to Worli is only 5.2 kilometers. Therefore, even though the time traveled has been reduced significantly, the distance has increased. Moreover, there is a toll fee of around 50 rupees per time when traveling on the sea link, and this could be said that it's furthering class disparity since not everyone can afford to pay 50 rupees each time they use the sea link, and it might not be considered as a practical investment if one has to travel daily from Bandra to Worli. Moreover, because of this development, the mouth of the Mithi River at Mahim Causeway has been narrowed because of the reclamation of land. And because of the narrowing of the mouth, there has been significant changes in the flow of water and has actually led to floods in and around the area. There's also a negative impact on the local fishermen's livelihood, and this is primarily because it's been estimated that the development of the bridge has negatively impacted the fishing community since it impedes fishermen from going into the sea as well as scares fish around the bridge due to the noise generation. And lastly, it can be said that the bridge promotes class disparities as it's seen as a further investment in the upper class who can afford cars and who can afford to pay a regular toll. And as Enrique Peñalosa, who is the mayor of Bogota, has said that a citizen on a bicycle is of equal importance as a citizen in a car. And by investing in the sea link, it can be said that the city is placing more importance on the upper class people who use private transportation and who can afford to pay the fee rather than citizens who use public transportation. Another significant urban redevelopment project is the Mumbai monorail. Established in 2014, the Mumbai monorail was designed with the aim of reducing the pressure placed on public transportation methods in the city. The designers of the monorail have claimed that existing systems of transportation, such as the buses, provide the consumers with no benefits since they're extremely inefficient, slow, and uncomfortable. And therefore, the Mumbai monorail is an alternative to these existing modes of transportation, which actually benefit the consumer. There are several advantages to the Mumbai monorail. Firstly, it eases the pressure on existing modes of transportation. So, over 11 million people in Mumbai use public transportation daily, and 60% of these commuters travel by the suburban railway networks. Therefore, in order to reduce the congestion and the pressure placed on the local railway networks, the Mumbai monorail is an alternative and tries to reduce the congestion. Additionally, it attempts to reduce the use of private vehicles by providing citizens with an alternative method of transportation. It also avoids street traffic, which, as mentioned earlier, is a significant problem within the city. And it can also save time by avoiding this traffic. Moreover, the Mumbai monorail is more comfortable, it's cleaner, and tends to be safer than other modes of transportation, such as the railway networks and the buses, which lend themselves to significant accidents daily. And it's also a solution for areas with narrow roads. In Mumbai, there is a significant problem of extremely narrow roads due to the lack of infrastructure, and because of this, several modes of transportation face challenges making sharp turns and traveling efficiently within the city. However, the Mumbai monorail is an efficient solution to this problem. It's also estimated that it saves approximately 200 tons of CO2 emissions every day. There are several disadvantages to the Mumbai monorail as it has been branded as a failed investment. Firstly, the project loses around 8.5 lakhs every day due to the significantly high operation costs of the project. And in addition to this, the project has also failed to attract several consumers and several citizens, and only 16,000 people regularly use the Wadala Chamber service. And because of this, the high operation costs aren't offset. On average, the transit system costs the state around 1,000 crore rupees, which is a significant investment, which is an opportunity cost which could have been invested in other areas within the city. One of the primary reasons for the failure of the Mumbai monorail is the poor selection of route. There is a significant absence of commercial hubs in and around the areas where the monorail exists, and because of this, it fails to attract a lot of riders. Moreover, there's a lack of feeder services to and from the stations. Therefore, because of the lack of link ups with other transportation methods, only riders who are around the station area or have to travel to an area around the station's area are attracted. Because of the lack of link ups with buses and railways, it makes the method of transportation quite obsolete. It's also caused a lot of environmental issues, specifically the reduction in the green cover in Mumbai. It has been estimated that over 383 trees in Wadala were hacked, and 1,200 branches of over 369 trees were cut down between Jacob Circle and Wadala to accommodate for this monorail. Lastly, the High Street Phoenix is another one of the most prominent urban redevelopment projects in the city. Primar- uh, Primarily, the High Street Phoenix was a cotton mills a few decades ago. However, due to the labor strikes and the decline in the cotton industry, the owners have rebranded the cotton mills and redeveloped the cotton mills as a commercial and residential area. The High Street Phoenix urban redevelopment project had led to several advantages. Firstly, it led to immense success financially. So, while most malls in Mumbai are doing a business of roughly 1,200 to 1,300 rupees per square feet per month, the High Street Phoenix actually does a business of over 2,200 rupees per square feet per month. This shows how incredibly successful the Mills is in compared to its competition. Moreover, the vacancy in Mumbai malls increased from 15.29% in the first quarter of 2014 to 17% in the first quarter of 2015. However, the High Street Phoenix has an almost zero vacancy or 100% occupation, which further signifies how successful it is as a shopping mall. The 3.3 million square feet area is growing at a compounded growth rate of 30%. So not only is the mall successful, but it's increasing its capacity and increasing the amount of options made available to the citizens. It's also a sign of increased globalization in Mumbai. High Street Phoenix is home to some of the most popular and most reputed brands, international brands, which are acclaimed globally. And this includes Zara, H&M, Burberry, most of which are exclusive to the shopping mall. It's also shown progress from the secondary sector to the tertiary sector. Um, as the Mills was first used for manufacturing products and now it's being used to sell goods and services, it helps show how Mumbai has been transitioning um, throughout the sectors to show more growth and development within the city. High Street Phoenix has also led to a lot of employment opportunities for locals, as well as increased consumer options in terms of the various brands available, the various products and services available. It also provides significant infrastructural improvements within the city due to the improvements made in the mall, and it also leads to another source of entertainment for the locals, as it's not only a shopping mall but it also has other commercial activities which can be another source of entertainment for locals. There are significant disadvantages to this redevelopment project as well. Firstly, as mentioned earlier, the cotton industry was a significant aspect of Mumbai's heritage, and by redeveloping the mills into a shopping center and into a commercial area, it can be seen as a loss in heritage, which is a significant aspect of the city. Moreover, the increased globalization may lead to an increased loss of local culture. So, as mentioned previously, the introduction of foreign brands may be undermining the value of local goods and commodities. And the increased globalization may lead to depreciation in local culture, basically. Uh, Another significant problem is that the increased competition for local companies due to the introduction of foreign competition. Therefore, many locals may uh, lead there might be potential for unemployment since there is a lot of foreign competition. Also, there may be an inflation aspect related to this redevelopment project. Since the redevelopment project rises in land prices may have taken place, and because of this, there may have been inflation. Also, Jane Jacobs has said that one of the most important aspects of a city and one of the most important aspects for a city's success is its distinctiveness. And as mentioned earlier, because of the redevelopment of the mills, it can be said that Mumbai is losing its distinctiveness. And by introducing just another shopping mall, that Mumbai might be undermining some of its charm.
The documentary development is considered a very big chance for Mumbai, perhaps the last big chance for redevelopment. Basically, it is for more than a decade, around 730 hectares of dockland for public use were closed out by the Port Commission. Um, this was one of the most booming industries and one of the most booming parts of the city in the 19th and the 20th centuries. And the working class neighborhood of Surrey lies in the northern end of Mumbai, 28-kilometer long eastern waterfront. Now, there's a lot of potential for redevelopment out here. This June, the newly elected Minister for the newly elected Federal Shipping Minister, Mr. Nitin Gadkari, had appointed a committee specially composed of architects and officials who could look over the potential for redevelopment of this eastern waterfront. Now, for a city like Mumbai, this is extremely huge because the port land is widely regarded by planners and the city group as an opportunity to revive parts of Mumbai and some defects which haven't been looked into previously. For example, affordable housing, transport links, as well as public spaces. All these are not present in abundance within Mumbai, and therefore the Portland redevelopment with more than 730 hectares is a great opportunity for Mumbai for rebuilding and for providing affordable housing. Obviously, there have been ideas that have been proposed, and these can be contrasting. For example, the suggestion received by the panel in the past few months, they've ranged from actually creating something similar to a London Eye-like installation, which would be called the Sudarshan Chakra. It is the spinning disc of death, which is yielded by the god of by the god Vishnu, who most people. While this is a great idea, most people believe that it should be used for water transport or promenades. Then the Mumbai Port Trust or MPT hadn't made any suggestions of its own until very recently or in recent months, and the authority proposed a floating hotel as well as a helipad on this floating hotel for the VVIPs or the very important people within Mumbai or within South Mumbai particularly. This would be around. This is worth the property is worth about 7.7 billion euros. Therefore, MPT chairman Ravi Parmar argues that the project is important for because they cannot only be looking at issues such as affordable housing, but it is the state government job to do this. Is what Mr. Parmar said. So obviously there are conflicting views whether it should be used for affordable housing, which is genuinely required, or for other VVI or to treat VVIPs. There's a conflict which is being presented. Now, the document dreams of what the people of specific communities want. So, Port Trust Workers Union, so the laborers or the workers would want the port activity should not be reduced, and instead the port should be modernized to handle the biggest ships, and should this increase the capacity in general. It should also be providing houses for 12,000 workers as well as 39,000 prisoners. Hence, the Port Trust Worker Union also proposes the building of a school in the area. Now, in contrast to this, the APL Mumbai and and Meera Sayal, who's part of the APLI, believes that the port activity should be reduced, and rather than using the port for traditional port activities of the docking of ships, etc., the land should be carved up for different purposes. For example, a nature park as well as a heritage and cultural zones within this area to promote culture, because Mumbai is traditionally people from many different cultures come into Mumbai, and therefore they believe it will increase the cultural diversity within this area of Mumbai. Now, there are also the eastern waterfront, so there are many proposed ideas, and obviously there are conflicting views. Now, another potential redevelopment is the Western Freeway. The Western Freeway is a transportation infrastructure project in Mumbai. It actually envisions multiple bridges over the Arabian Sea, and this will actually help reducing the traffic congestion in other parts of Mumbai. The freeway stretch from Marine Drive to South Mumbai to Kandivali in the north is what they plan on building it around. The first phase, which was discussed earlier, was the Bandra Worli Sea Link, and was completed in June 2009. Now, another proposed idea is the Haji Ali Nariman Point and Haji Ali and the Nariman Point Sea Link. This section would have been an extension of the sea link, the existing Bandra Worli Sea Link itself, from Haji Ali to Priyadarshini Park and from Malabar Hill onwards. On April 16, 2013, the Chief Minister at that time, Prithviraj Chauhan, told the State Assembly that this is unrealistic and it would not be possible. Therefore, again, there are conflicting views, there are great ideas, but at the moment, only the Bandra Worli Sea Link has come to completion. Another one is the Boli Haji Ali section, which in this section is the immediate extension of the of the Bangalore ceiling, and it will go further into the heart of the Mumbai city. Khan Abdul Khan Marg is an area which within Worli where this Worli Haji Ali section will extend into, and this includes twin carriageway of 3.315 kilometers, termed as the main line of connections at Worli and Haji Ali. Therefore, this is one of the more promising projects as compared to before, because no chief minister or no government official has actually opposed this, and they also plan on making a 10 lane toll plaza. So they plan on making it extremely big, which will obviously help reducing the traffic congestion in other parts of the